Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. This is Killer B. MBL versus Slam, game number 3. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to see games 1 and 2. You can find those on my YouTube page. Please check them out. There will be a couple spoilers here. These guys are playing Team Random Civs. Game 1 was Goths. Games 2 was Britons. Game 3 here will be Chinese v Chinese. Both players coming in around 22 to 2300. Should be a pretty good matchup here on Dry Arabia. Okay, so we will see Slam here in the blue once again, in the blue trunks. MBL playing out in the green. MBL might actually come forward and do some laming this game. We didn't see him lame in games 1 or 2, but here he's found his boars and he's found some early sheep. He's actually might have found all of his sheep just then. So he will probably go forward with that scout and try to see what is up on Slam's side. No, I'm wrong. He's going to scout his own side. Okay, anyway, what's going on here? Mr. Slam will have a somewhat blockable left flank that should protect his berries, but would wall out 2 small gold piles. Has a nice back wood line, nice back gold, more back wood to work with. Pretty darn nice map for Slam. Stone to the top side if he wants to try to take that. Secondary stone kind of out in no man's land. But all in all, a pretty defensible map for Slam, and it doesn't look like MBL's scout will come forward to try to steal one of these boars. So, all in all, pretty decent map for the blue player. Green player, MBL, also coming in as Chinese. He will have his main stone to the side. He can wall in this side of the map if he wants to. Berries on the front, secondary gold on the front. Probably can block in his map easily, but he would be walling out his main gold if he did wall here. So that would be a little tricky for him. Both boars outside the wall, but Slam isn't going to come forward and steal boars, so it's all good. MBL, spoiler alert, did lose a Vil early to a boar lure in the previous game. I don't think he'll have that problem here. Neither of those boars look particularly dangerous. No massive hill bonuses, no big deal. Distances aren't that long. 1 Vil not working for the moment. Always got to keep an eye on your wood line here. 3 Vils on wood, though, for MBL. So not thinking about early aggression. Man, he's had that 1 Vil idle for quite some time. That's going to be a real bummer when he finds it. Check out MBL's channel if you guys haven't already. He probably streamed this one live a few days back, and he was probably screaming out loud to his channel, what the fuck? That's not even close to his voice, but he's probably very angry about that villager not chopping for that amount of time. Anyway, 4 Vils on wood for Mr. Slam, so he'll have the option of drushing if he wants to. Looks like for now he's going to build, maybe build a makeshift wall across the front. I guess we'll wait and see. Scouting, question mark. Slam just now starting to go forward to find MBL, grabbing his boars as we speak. Knows about his major resources by the looks of it. Looks like he will head forward and see what's up on MBL's side. So yeah, like I said, this is game 3. There's going to be some spoilers for the previous games, so check those out first if you haven't already. The next spoiler I will drop is that the series is now tied 1-1, both players with a win. MBL walled up and boomed and won game number 1, as Goth's Slam was able to push through MBL's wall up in game number 2 to get a win. And here in game 3, we will wait and see if MBL plays another closed match. MBL does seem to enjoy playing closed games on Arabia. Can't blame him, you know, I'd like to block myself in too. You don't have to worry about getting caught with your pants down. And I think that it's working out well for him for the most part. But in game 2, he got caught playing a little bit too defensively, and Slam won that game pretty easily. Anyway, game 3 here, Chinese v Chinese. Looks like Slam just now getting forward. He's going to find MBL's house there, maybe thinking about a wall up. He will continue to work his way around and look for that wood line. Looks like he will find it relatively soon. Berries out there on the front could be something that Slam can annoy later in the Dark Age or in the Feudal Age. For the moment, 20 Vils, Slam does not have a barracks, and I don't think he's taken the extra 10 gold. No, he absolutely hasn't. So I would expect him to click up here relatively soon. MBL on his side of the map is doing what? He's got a couple of Vils on the way, 2 more Vils queued, has not taken any extra gold, so he should be thinking about a relatively quick Feudal Age as well. So if MBL goes Feudal Archers here, I don't know what gold pile he's going to use. I mean, this one is closer to his other resources. Maybe he could build a couple ranges right next to it. It's ugly, though. This one is on a downhill slope. I really don't know what his gold pile of choice would be. But anyway, we can't just assume that he's going to go to gold. Never know. Anyway, for the moment, Slam just grabbing as much food as he can. He is not... he is loomed, so he should be able to click up here in just a moment. Looks like it will be 23 Vils and up for MBL. Looks like Slam will... I think he's going to go up on 24. Okay, so both guys on their way up to Feudal Age. 23 Vils for MBL, 24 for Slam, and we will see a barracks coming down during the transition. MBL having to come out on the front to take more wood. Oh boy. MBL didn't like the looks of this wood line, I guess, and he's decided to take wood out here on the front. So that would suggest to me he's going to take this gold pile and maybe tower or wall or both on this hill. Okay, good enough. I think it's going to be an interesting game for sure. I don't know if this area is going to be safe enough, but it's so far so good. MBL's got to take a little bit of a risk to have safe gold. It looks like that is where he's going to put his money down, that one little area. Keep an eye on that. It's going to be very important, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? I haven't seen this game yet. Anyway, Militia coming for Slam. Slam loves to go with Militia during the feudal transition. Usually we see him send 2 Vils to gold. There they are. That he can go Man-at-Arms early on in the feudal age. Man-at-Arms are going to get maybe a little bit done here. We'll see. We'll see how much these villagers end up building. MBL will hit the feudal age first. He will immediately drop a stable. Okay. Counter archery range, but a stable here, which is going to be interesting considering men-at-arms and villagers will be coming forward. Okay, 4 Vils on the way forward for the blue player here, Slam. He is not on stone for the moment. That would be a little bit early for him. MBL will scout out those 2 Vils on gold, and he will have a pretty good idea that his opponent is probably going men-at-arms. Man-at-Arms double bit axe coming for the blue player. He's going to find a spearman right off the bat to deter Slam's initial scout. MBL on his side will be queuing up some scouts. Yeah, 1 scout queued for the moment, and that is it. Slam's going to walk right in front of MBL's buildings here. MBL will respond really quickly by sending all of these villagers forward. This is going to be an interesting fight. 3 men-at-arms and 4 villagers versus 6 villagers, a spear, and a scout. That spear is he's not long for this world. That spear is not going to get too much done. MBL here is in a little bit of trouble. He'll bring back his initial scout. He's going to continue to add in scouts. Slam mostly just doing a little bit of flirting at the moment. So I guess MBL will right the ship and push this back. Interesting early game here. Slam will turn around and grab a scout or 2. We got to see if any villagers go down during this aggression. The men-at-arms are not a big deal to lose, in my opinion, but the villagers obviously much more important. MBL with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Vils on the front. This is going to be really an interesting fight. More men-at-arms coming from Slam. Looks like 3 of those out. There is also a wolf in play. Slam did kill that wolf pretty easily. Men-at-arms are dropping pretty quick, but the villagers are trying to head home. Scouts can certainly run them down. A couple of them on pretty low HP. So in the end, MBL will certainly push that back. The question is, will he kill a villager or 2 while they retreat? Probably not. Not with these 3 scouts. Ooh, he will. Oh no, that's a huge blunder from Slam, leaving that 1 Vil out on her own. Oh boy, that is a huge blunder. I think he certainly could have pushed those scouts away with 2 men-at-arms and 4 Vils, but that 1 Vil, she had other things on her mind. She was busy thinking about, I don't know, Obamacare or something, and she got chopped down pretty quick. So pretty good early advantage for MBL, able to push back Slam's what would have been maybe a tower push, slow down his men-at-arms, and kill a villager. This is definitely in the favor right now of Slam, but MBL seems still committed to sending these villagers forward. I don't know if he thinks he can sneak them by or what his plan is. In the meantime, MBL is still safely taking wood on the back, building up an archery range to go along with his stable. He's going to start adding in skirms. So MBL at the moment is in a really good spot, and Slam is just doubling down on this forward villager aggression. I just don't know about this. 1 spear in play from the blue player. MBL will once again go all in to push this army back. If anything, Slam is keeping 6 villagers busy with 5 villagers, so I guess that's okay. But yeah, MBL is certainly seems to be getting the better of this early on. Slam spending a lot of time running across the map. MBL might chase these villagers all the way back home and then build a tower of his own in defense, or in offense, I suppose. Okay, absolute clusterfuck of a battle on the front. Slam will add in a few more spears. He will push MBL back. And once again, we have villager on villager crime. We have got the slowest gang war you'll ever see. Just like gangster villagers. The Bloods, no, the Crips, I suppose, are blue. I don't know who's green. Maybe, God, I don't know enough gangs. The Yakuza here are going to push this back. Anyway, for the moment, yeah, both players just flirting in the middle of the map. It does look like MBL will eventually win the day. I thought he might get more kills with these scouts. I thought he might be able to run down Vills, but Slam able to add in enough spears to really deter his opponent from running in with the scouts. Okay, so in the end, we had an absolutely chaotic middle game. MBL will actually end up behind by a Vill, not because he lost Vills, but I guess because of some idle time. I think just a little bit of idle TC time. At the moment, he will have 180 food, 50 gold. On Slam's side of the map, we will see, yeah, pretty much similar resources, all in all. Food and gold are relatively similar. Slam having to spend a little bit of food on a couple of skirms, so has MBL. And for the moment, we just still have an absolutely chaotic battle. Still 4 villagers forward here for Slam. He's now chasing MBL's vills back across the map. He's certainly going to kill these skirms for pretty cheap, I would think. And the scouts are really not very meaningful because there are 3 spears still in play. Very interesting game. Hard to say who really has the advantage here. Oh god, I did this without the scores the whole time. My apologies, friends. Anyway, score at the moment is MBL slightly ahead. He's 1 villager ahead now. He is 3 military behind. But I don't really know who's winning this battle in the middle. It is pretty chaotic. Unit composition for MBL would dictate that he can run these scouts past this army and go raid Slam, and he might just do so once this watchtower is up. Defensive watchtower here for the green player. MBL still focused on taking this fight on the front. There are no spears in play except for this fella for the moment. So the green player here doing a pretty good job to get in damage, making some hay while the sun is shining. But I think it's time to send these scouts the long way around to go and do some offensive things. I don't know. MBL will lose a Vill there on the front. Got his villagers out ahead of his army, which is interesting. Scouts doing some raiding, but MBL losing a Vill there for free. Almost lost 2. Man, this is an absolutely chaotic battle. Scouts and skirms seem to be winning the day, but there's 2 spears in play there who got in some really good pokes. MBL losing another 2 scouts there on the front. And man, Slam is getting a lot of damage in. He's going to send his villagers home again. MBL still sending 5 vills forward, but there's not a lot with them. Just a couple of skirms and a couple of scouts now. Total villager count, MBL plus 2. Military count is Slam plus 5. Resource count is about 250 for Slam, food and gold. MBL is a little bit behind. He's a lot behind that number. He will start taking gold there on the front with 5 vills. Looks like MBL will start thinking about moving up to the next age. Wheelbarrow on the way here for the green player. 2 vills ahead, but it feels like he's going to be a bit behind to the castle age. It feels like Slam is keeping a lot of MBL's vills busy. 5 vills here on the front. They will drop a tower in offense. Looks like he will be able to take away a little bit of farming territory. Also, reinforcements coming from these ranges will be under some pressure. So MBL is going to counterattack here. He's going to counter push with a tower of his own. He's also going to have some skirms there on the front. And it's starting to look like it could swing pretty heavily in MBL's favor. I guess it depends on what this small army from Slam can do. Mostly +1 archers, 7 of those roaming forward with 1 skirm, and they're going to maybe camp out and hit a little bit of this wood line. Maybe grab a Vill or 2. MBL is also open on the bottom. This pond is also an opening. So even if this were walled, the pond would still be open. Looks like it's not going to matter much because MBL anticipates this attack. He's going to send over enough skirmishers to push that army away. So yeah, MBL absolutely in the driver's seat at this point, in my opinion. Looks like he will be rolling forward with towers. 2 towers in series, 5 vills forward for MBL. His stone eco is not quite fast enough to keep up the tower push, but I'm sure he'll put those villagers to work here in a moment. Maybe go hand-to-hand combat on one of these forward buildings. Now it's going to be a forward lumber camp. Okay, so MBL on 550, 170. Slam is going to be up a little bit sooner to castle, I would think. He just needs a bit more food. For the moment, Slam's aggression on the front fizzles out. MBL will be up by 2 vills, and he's starting to take over some territory. So certainly feels like the advantage is MBL's at the moment. He's got quite a few skirms on the front. He'll build a forward stable. He'll keep pressure on these buildings. Slam with a couple of idols here for a little while by the looks of it. Castle Age coming for Slam. MBL will go up at exactly the same time. MBL will be 1 second ahead of Slam. Oh boy, not a whole lot of things that look advantageous here for the blue player. Lost his forward army in offense. He is really losing territory on his side of the map. Double stables coming for MBL. He's going to have 3 stables total. It's going to be a pretty aggressive, Castle Age, I would think. I would think it will be an aggressive Castle Age. Slam sending forward 4 vills. That didn't work. Sent forward 4 more vills. It didn't work. Flirted, pushed, pulled, kept MBL busy. But in the end, I guess Slam wasted a little more time than MBL did, villager-wise. MBL able to build a little bit bigger of an army and have more villagers and still click up at the same time. Okay, so for the moment, Castle Age on the way. MBL goes Bloodlines and Scale Barding. Gold Mining on the way for Slam. Slam will also do Padded Archer. So Slam is going to continue down the Archer Avenue, at least by the looks of it. Oh no, Slam losing a vill there on the front. Senselessly losing a villager. Looks like Slam will continue to upgrade his archers and crossbows in the Castle Age, but he's going to be up against triple stable knights, potentially. There are 3 stables here. Bloodlines is already in. MBL will have +1 defense in just a moment. Okay, so game number 3 here. These guys have split games 1 and 2. The score is 1-1. Looks like MBL's advantage to win this one. He's ahead on the score at the moment. Quite a lot. 5 villagers ahead, 4 military ahead, and I think he's going to have the right tech. Obviously, he doesn't want to run his first knight or 2 straight into these soon-to-be crossbows, but elite skirms will defend against this army, and some bloodline knights should be able to do some raiding. I just don't know how Slam will stop that. Double stable knights on the front, both cranking out knights. The 3rd stable is not busy. Skirmishers are becoming elite as we speak. Look at MBL here, just trailing this army with the scout. Man, I wish I could do this properly. He's just going to stay far enough behind this to watch Slam's army going forward until he feels comfortable with where they're going to land. And then he's going to be waiting with open arms with elite skirms, I suppose, when they get there. BL knows he's going to be attacked soon. In the meantime, he is going to send in those first couple knights. Slam will do a great job to build a labyrinth of palisades and buildings here, and a couple of towers to boot. He's actually going to do a ton of damage to those knights for free. I thought MBL would get more raiding done, but he is doing a pretty good job at idling some of Slam's army. Slam, in the meantime, going to walk along the side here. There will be a knight as a meat shield, I suppose, with +1 defense and bloodlines, and several elite skirms. Looks like about 10 or 12 elite skirms here. Probably enough to deal with this army. So MBL's in good shape. He's going to push Slam away. He's going to drop a very, very forward TC on this wood line. Those 5 vills staying busy. Looks like militarily, MBL is up by 9. He's up by 7 villagers as well. And this gold pile that we thought would be ever so important has been very well defended by MBL, and I think he's winning the game right now because of it. Mr. MBL is absolutely in great shape. MBL leaving 1 vill on stone so he can slowly build up the stone to build another TC. Forward thinking as always, it looks like MBL will have a major advantage to win this game. Slam needs to do something really impressive to pull this one back. A couple of monks on Slam's side. Maybe he can convert some of the knights of his opponent. But in the meantime, we will see MBL doing a little bit of raiding with skirmishers. Pushing one of Slam's armies around the top of the map here. Oh boy, nice pincer from MBL. Runs the long way around the wood line with 1 army. He is really pushing these crossbows straight to the corner. There is not a whole lot of avenue for them to escape. This side's blocked in. That side is blocked in. Slam is going to lose this entire army. If he doesn't, well, that being said, he will get a knight out here soon. Maybe 2 knights would be enough to really start raiding. Anyway, For the moment, we will wait and see. Looks like the first knight here from Slam, +1 defense, no bloodlines. Chain barding on the way, but Slam's going to take some damage. Trying to keep those units busy, but MBL is absolutely going to eat these crossbows for breakfast. If Slam had a chance, had an outside chance of winning this game before, he has like an incredibly outside chance now. I mean, it just feels like MBL is cleaning that entire army. Feels like he's going to be, oh god, doesn't feel like, it is like he's going to be about 20 military ahead and about 12 villagers ahead. His towers are still up on the front. They're still taking away some territory from Slam. Going to be a forward siege workshop soon. He's got some pretty beefy knights. Bloodlines, though, is on the way for Slam. Couple converts there for the blue player, so that is certainly a win. I think Slam, if he knew what we knew, would run in right now and kill this entire army, or as much of it as he can. Looks like he will run in. +2 defense knights. Bloodlines will be in just a second, and those skirms are going to be really useless against this many knights. MBL will run to try to join up with his other army. A couple of knights here. He could run and try to take that group on. We'll send a monk out. But at least for now, the blue player will chop through a lot of skirms. Slam, unfortunately, throwing away a monk there. But he will get a little bit of this army back. He'll kill a few of those counters that ever so rudely basically killed all of his crossbows a moment ago. Okay, one convert in, that monk will go down. Slam is still chasing these elite skirms across the map from MBL. Couple of monks here for the blue player. Couple camels coming out for MBL as we speak. And we'll see how this fight goes down. Certainly, MBL's position seems strong enough, and Slam will go back. Slam goes back while MBL starts to ram his opponent down. A couple hundred gold in the bank for MBL, not much else. Slam is also spending his resources pretty quickly. Back at home, the blue player is on 2 TCs. Is there a third? Yes, there is. 3 TCs for Slam. But he will be 16 villagers behind his opponent. Sweet baby Jesus, he's 16 vills behind. It will be a 3 TC build for MBL, but he had his 3 up a lot earlier. MBL with a bigger military as well, and it's just really starting to look like GG. Slam will come forward to do some raiding. I think this is a really good idea. If he's going to pull this game back, he's going to have to go and chop down some vills. He's going to spread his knights through this eco. There is a little bit of area here that's, well, there's a tower to defend a few vills. There's a little bit of area here that is raidable. It looks like he'll grab 3 or 4 villagers, maybe 5 villagers total. And then maybe continue to roam around this eco. In the meantime, though, the front of his base is being bludgeoned down by rams. MBL with 2 rams out as we speak. Maybe more on the way. Slam trying to quick wall up his TC, but he doesn't quite get the job done in time. It's camels and monks right now for the blue player Slam. He can probably push this back eventually with some reinforcements, but I don't know. He's got to do it soon if he's going to do it. Gets a mango out, gets a good shot in on his opponent. Looks like the TC arrow fire will be, unfortunately, all aimed at this ram. That's a bit of a waste. But the camel's doing a bit of raiding. Great mangonel shot from Slam. He will clean up all of those skirms. TC is still under pressure. He's got to keep this TC up. Villagers pop out. They got to start repairing here. Camels have to focus down a ram or so, right? This TC is not going to stay up versus 2 rams, or is it? I guess it will. Villagers repairing, and that TC is going to remain up. Camels clear up the knights. MBL will... he'll convert a couple camels, I would think. Looks like he got 1. But in the meantime, it looks like Slam keeping that TC up. So there is still hope for the blue player who just got done raiding his opponent. Still 14 or 12 villagers behind, still behind militarily. But a decent little bit of raiding and a decent defense from Slam. And he's got a chance. There is at least a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. It is not impossible for him to pull this game back, but still, as the scores would reflect, massively in MBL's favor. MBL still with a couple rams here. He can take these front buildings, and I don't think Slam can do anything about it if he wants to. We'll see. For now, the ram train is staying in the station. MBL just continuing to build up his eco and keep his army. I suppose he's continuing to grow his army here with a few more crossbows, a couple more camels here, and he will maybe start to make another push in a second. A little bit of camel raiding, keeping his opponent busy, maybe trying to keep an eye on what Slam's up to. Slam will have a couple rams of his own in defense to try to deter his opponent from just rolling in the ram train. Rams and crossbows for one player. Both players have built quite a few camels. Not too many knights on the map at the moment. Slam's eco on the top side here is really, really cleaned out. I mean, this is just so unsafe, these villagers. But MBL has really shown a commitment to bludgeoning down the front. He's really pushing on the front of Slam's base. Those villagers are out of sight and out of mind for the moment. Slam with a little food, quite a bit of gold, and some stone in the bank. MBL with some stone as well. Neither player going up to Imp anytime soon. Rams do get that TC down. Slam will be able to work his way in here. Just 2 monks. They will grab a couple conversions. 3 monks for the blue player, though, can roll in and convert those units back. Slam here, unfortunately, has a lot of camels. He's fighting a lot of crossbows with camels, which is a little bit of a disadvantage. Certainly, we'd like to see more knights versus arrow units like that. But for the moment, it does seem like Slam will mostly push back this army. Loses a TC. He's going to lose a couple monks on the top side. Got to be careful. These monks don't have enough mojo just yet to convert. Slam will give the GG. He's going to be raided there over and over and over. Can't seem to win this fight on the front. Crossbows camped out under the tower. Just a little bit too much for him to push back against. Not sure that there was one moment in this game where it was won or lost, but yeah, I mean, it feels like in the feudal age when Slam couldn't win this area, when he really invested a lot of villager time running forward to push on this area and a lot of military. When he couldn't get anything done here, it just felt like MBL was in control, and I think he took over the game from that point forward. So really nice defense of this key critical area for MBL, and that and also great play in the late game gets him the win. And we will see this series go 2 games for MBL to 1 game for Slam. We'll go to game number 4. We'll see if the blue player here, Mr. Slam, can even up the series at 2 apiece. Next game is the last game. I believe it's Aztecs. So tune into that if you guys get a chance. And oh, look at this. MBL wanted to drop a castle way on the front, right in front of this TC. Anyway, this is Killer B. Catch you guys in the next game. Much love. Bye.